Have you ever felt like your life was a construction site? You know, the kind with "pardon our dust" signs everywhere, where everything is a work in progress. That was me. I was in the middle of a massive personal renovation. I was tearing down old beliefs, rebuilding my career from the ground up, and trying to figure out who I was supposed to be in this next chapter of my life. It was messy, it was uncertain, and honestly, it was pretty lonely. The last thing I was looking for was love. In my mind, you have to be a finished product before you let someone in. You have to have the perfect, fully furnished house to invite a guest over, right? I thought love was a reward you get after you've done all the hard work on yourself. And then she walked in, right into the middle of my chaos. She didn't see the dust or the exposed wires. Or maybe she did, and she just didn't care. My first instinct was to panic. I wanted to put up a "Do not enter" sign. I thought, she can't see me like this. This isn't the final version. This is the messy, in-between version. I was terrified she would see the instability and run. Because in our minds, change looks like chaos. It looks like you don't have your life together. I was so scared of being judged for the person I was becoming, instead of the person I was trying to present to the world. So I tried to keep her at a distance. I'd talk about my goals as if they were already achieved. I'd gloss over the struggles, the late nights filled with self-doubt, the moments I felt like giving up. She wouldn't just listen to my plans. She'd ask about the process. She wasn't interested in the destination as much as she was fascinated by the journey. I remember one evening, I was stressing out about a career move that felt like a huge step backward. I was convinced it was a failure. I explained it to her, expecting pity or maybe some awkward encouragement. Instead, she just looked at me and said, "It sounds like you're building a stronger foundation." And just like that, she reframed my entire perspective. What I saw as a collapse, she saw as construction. What I saw as a setback, she saw as a strategic move. She wasn't scared of the mess. In fact, she seemed to admire the process of building. She saw the blueprints I was holding and understood the vision, even if the structure itself was just a skeleton. That was the moment I realized I had it all wrong. Love isn't a trophy you get at the finish line. Sometimes, it's the person who shows up with a hard hat and a bottle of water while you're still digging the foundation. Letting her in was one of the scariest things I've ever done. It meant being vulnerable in my weakest moments. It meant letting her see the drafts, not just the final copy. It meant admitting that I didn't have all the answers. But with every wall I took down, both in my life and around my heart, she was there. She wasn't there to fix me or to take over the project. She was there to be my partner in the process. She'd celebrate the small wins, like a newly painted wall or a successfully installed fixture. And she'd sit with me in the rubble when things came crashing down, reminding me that demolition is a necessary part of renovation. She taught me that real love isn't about finding someone who is perfect. It's about finding someone who is willing to grow with you. Someone who understands that life is a constant state of becoming. We're all under construction all the time. We finish one project and another one begins. The person who truly loves you doesn't just love the beautiful, finished rooms. They love the whole house, including the messy attic and the unfinished basement. They see the potential, they respect the work, and they stick around to see what you'll build next. It's a rare and beautiful thing to find someone who isn't intimidated by your transformation. Someone who sees change not as instability, but as growth, not as chaos, but as progress. They understand that the dust is just a sign that something new is being created. They don't want you to pause your growth for them. They want to be a part of it. They want a front row seat to watch you become the person you're meant to be. This kind of love doesn't demand perfection. It inspires progress. It doesn't ask you to be finished. It asks you to be brave enough to keep building together. She didn't just meet me mid-transformation. She became the most beautiful part of the design. She was the unexpected window that let all the light in. So, if you're out there feeling like your life is a construction zone, don't be afraid to let someone in. Don't wait until you think you're ready. The right person won't see the mess. They'll see the masterpiece you're becoming. They'll hand you a hammer, smile, and ask, "So, what are we building today?" Finding that person is like finding a home in the middle of a construction site. It's finding peace in the middle of the process. It's realizing that you don't have to build your life alone. And that's a love that is more solid and more beautiful than any finished project could ever be. Thank you for listening to my story today. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join our community. The heart remembers what the world forgets.